Hi, my name's Monica, and this is my second day of working from home now that my daughter, who is 11, now that school's been closed. However, I did take my daughter out yesterday anyway, but I just had this thing that I kind of wanted to do a channel where, where maybe you could meet kind of like-minded people who are in the same situation and maybe kind of provide some sort of sense to what's going on at this moment in time. But before I even go down that road, I have to say, for some reason, it's all bright. I don't know, but it's not giving me a good picture. But anyway, so if I tell you a bit about myself, so I won't say where I live, but if I say I work in Blackpool, and I am a mental health nurse, and I've worked in mental health for let's just say over 30 years. So, and I work in commissioning, and I commission specialist placements for people with mental health problems. So I know about mental health. I kind of get it. I kind of get how people will feel and how people do feel in terms of just the stresses that are going on in their life. But I kind of want to give you a different perspective in terms of how you manage over the next, let's just kind of say, next few weeks, shall we say. And maybe put it in a format that for some people you will resonate with it and you'll get it. For others, it may take you a bit longer. So everything that I am putting out today is my perspective and my thoughts, nobody else's, and you don't have to agree with me. However, you could consider the possibility. So we all know about this COVID-19, and we all know about, or I'm assuming that you all know about kind of the restrictions and things that are put in place. But maybe I'm going to kind of maybe just ease you into it, a little bit. So maybe the first thing that you have to kind of take note is about kind of the seriousness of it, in terms of, there is a reason why the government is talking about social distancing. It's a real reason about kind of social distancing and washing your hands. So I'm not going to preach to anybody, but I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. So for me, I've reduced my deliveries to, which will be every 2 weeks. My deliveries won't be coming in the house. If anything comes in a cardboard, it's going to be left outside at least for 7 hours, because as you know, it can kind of, bacteria can kind of stay on certain materials. And wash my hands, disinfect. Nobody's allowed in my house apart from the people who I live with. And I definitely, when I'm out, will be keeping my social distance. And I would say by the end of this week, I won't be going out apart from taking the dogs out and going for a walk. That's it. I'm going to be in this house. And I think if people understood the enormity of what's going on and how we can kind of impact change, you would be more likely to go with it. So I'm not going to waffle on for hours and hours, but what I would say is I've watched this virus, I've watched COVID-19 right from the beginning. You know, when I first kind of heard about it, it was Christmas. When I really took note about it, it was kind of the middle of January. And I watched where it started to where it is now. I see what the different governments are doing in all the different countries. I kind of watch and see what the language is and the information that they give. And I have to say, some are better than others. What I would say is Canada, pretty amazing. I want to live there when all this is over. Probably in about 18 months. But, so going back, so I've kind of seen all of this. And it's not about panicking, but it's also not about saying that it doesn't affect you if you think that you are, you know, in your 20s or 30s, because it's more about the other people that it's going to impact on. And, you know, I don't like to kind of comment on individual videos, but I'll use an example of something I glimpsed recently of somebody licking a toilet on a plane, which is great if that's your thing and you don't care about getting it, you know. But actually, maybe you've got, you know, not a great life as well, which is probably why you're doing it. And it's more about the other people, because if that girl's got a best friend, or has got a brother, has got a sister, and you pass on, you know, COVID-19, and it passes on and it passes on, because that's how it kind of works, that it's going to impact on other people. It's going to impact on, you know, the people who will deliver your shopping, the people who'll be working at the banks, the people who'll be processing your wages, all that. So it really is kind of a collective thing. So my first kind of video, which I'm kind of excited about because I've never done this before, so you're going to have to bear with me. But I kind of believe that I have a well-rounded view on all of it. And I think if it was me and I was in a position to influence, I think I would be quite honest, you know, and provide people with information so that they understand what is being asked, rather than get into a situation where you don't have any choice, and you feel like your liberties are being taken away, but you don't understand kind of the real reason why. So I think the first thing that I would focus on now for everyone is take this social distancing seriously. Really take it seriously. Really look at what's happening in other countries across the world, because this virus, whatever it is, you know, it's like it takes no prisoners. You know, it is coming, and we have to work together as a country. And right, so now I go. Right, here we go. So the reason why I sort of said about the mental health, because I kind of wanted to say to people, it doesn't matter what beef you've got at the moment with people, what issues you have, because all of that is irrelevant. It really, really is. What is relevant right now is keeping the country safe, keeping as many people alive, supporting people, families, neighbours. And the one thing that I will offer to you before I go, you better get to go know your neighbours, because your neighbours are going to become your friends eventually. These are the people that you're going to call upon when you need them, and vice versa. And in regards to panic buying, get all the things that you need, get your essentials, but just note that you need to be able to share it. If you have a neighbour and they haven't got any food or they haven't got any milk, or this is what we're talking about. When you buy, and if you are one of those that are buying loads and loads and trolleys, fair enough if that's what you're doing, but just think about that whatever you buy, you're going to share. Because if you're not going to share and you're just out for yourself, then we are going to have a real issue. And I have seen some amazing things on Facebook. Not that I go on it, because I'm not really a fan, but anyway, I've seen some amazing gestures of goodwill and real kindness. The reality is, and this is the reality, we're going to end up, you know, like what it was like, to coin the phrase, in the olden days. This is what my daughter says. Because that's what it's going to be like. You're going to be standing outside your gate and your neighbour's going to be over there. That's what it's going to be like. And it is a lot to take on. It's a lot to take on when your kids are out of school and you've got to keep them occupied. Like me, what I'm doing, getting my daughter up, I'm getting up, normal time, maybe a little bit later, but... And we're doing things, and we have like kind of a planner really of what we're going to do, because it is about keeping the kids busy, but it's also about allowing them to kind of not just be on your iPads and computers, but allowing them to kind of do other things that doesn't involve that. And kind of going back to the mental health side, there will be a lot of time where you're going to have a lot of time to think. And sometimes, depending on what you're thinking about, you know, it can kind of bring you down or it can bring you up. So I suppose this kind of video thing is really just to, I suppose it's kind of therapeutic for me as well, to kind of have that opportunity to talk and kind of say what's on my mind, but also kind of, if I know something, to kind of share that, but share it in a way that's just kind of giving you my thoughts. If you take them, you take them. If you don't, you don't. So, yeah, so there you go. And so if you want to kind of subscribe to this channel, which I don't know how to do yet, but I will sort that out, please do. And bye.